Here's a quick video of the ultrasonic humidifier do-it-yourself project I just completed. It shows you the container from PetSmart with the feeding spout on top. You can also lift up the lid to create more moisture. The Noctura fan off of Amazon, and floating in the water, hard to see, but it's the 6-head ultrasonic humidifier mist maker that I got off eBay, floating in its little floating device. You'll see the very long extension cord, 10 meters, that comes with the unit, the power supply for the unit, and we'll go ahead and plug it in. This is the humidifier with no fan going. Plug in the fan now. And voila. I'm going to try some distilled water in by itself just to see what the result is. And we'll go from there. The container. Most do-it-yourself projects I came across used a large storage tote that you can pick up for $20 to $30 at your local home improvement store. However, my build had to pass the life acceptance factor, as my patience for finding a right container was wearing thin. I popped into my local PetSmart and found a relatively small container that should neatly hold a mid-sized ultrasonic mister and 2 to 3 gallons of water. I ended up buying this. It cost $22.68 with tax. The container has an adjustable 4.5 2-inch by 4.5 pop-up pouring spout that I used as an adjustable output valve. The opposite end of the top, there's a 5-inch by 5 3/4 area to install the inflow fan. The container is 8 inches wide, 15 inches long, 18.5 inches high. Moving on to the mist maker, I ended up selecting my container before choosing the mist maker, so I ended up going with a rectangular ultrasonic mist maker that would fit my narrow opening, and I found a model on eBay that had a 2-year warranty. Although the eBay listing indicated the water output at 1600 milliliters per hour, the box and instruction manual ended up showing 2800 milliliters per hour, which is about 3/4 of a gallon per hour. I made an offer of $86.68 to the seller. It was accepted. The item arrived quickly. Shipped from California. It arrived in 3 days. Although it wasn't clear in the listing, the item also came with tool removal and 6 replacement discs. The unit is substantial. This puppy weighed over 8 pounds, just the transformer alone, over 8 pounds. While the ultrasonic mist maker and cord ended up running another 3.5 pounds. That power cord is 10 meters or 32 feet long. It's a very long power cord, to say the least. As I mentioned, the House of Hydro is another great source that you should check out for your do-it-yourself humidifier needs. They offer a one-stop solution at a higher price. The cost would have been $100 more, but they do get excellent reviews, so the extra cost may be worth it to you. Moving on to the fan that I chose. Since the fan was exposed, or will be exposed to moisture, I wanted it to be waterproof. I also wanted it to be quiet. I found only two options that tick those boxes. The House of Hydro 120mm hydro fan that comes with a fan speed controller and a cost of $80. That fan pushes out 105 cubic feet per minute, runs at 2800 RPM, and is 47 decibels. It comes with a 12-month warranty. The other fan is the highly regarded Noctua NF12. It is a waterproof and IP67 rated. It is a 120mm fan that uses a PWM 4-pin connector, so you also need to purchase a separate power connector. The fan costs $25.95 from Amazon. I ended up purchasing a CRJ DC power supply that can power up 2, 3, or 4-pin fans from Amazon for an additional $10.99. The only other item you might need would be the fan controller. It would cost you another $20. The Noctua fan puts out 71 cubic feet per minute, runs at 2000 RPM, is a lot quieter at 29.7 decibels, and the big factor is it comes with a 6-year warranty. It's made in Austria, and these fans are pretty darn popular. They also sell a 140mm fan that is IP67 rated. The noise level at the fan on full was higher than the stated 27 decibels and probably closer to 40 when I held it close to the humidifier. Some of the noise could have come from the ultrasonic mister. If I were to keep the fan, I'd likely add a fan controller and possibly a timer to have the humidifier run in 2-hour intervals, and to keep the water temperature in the container from getting too hot. The leaks you saw in the video can be rectified, but the moisture was still a little on the wet side, especially compared to an evaporative humidifier. The fan was quiet, but the long cords were problematic. The unit did operate fine using distilled water in my limited testing. This would be a real plus if it proves to work well with distilled water, which would eliminate the white powder residue that so many ultrasonic humidifiers produce. I like many features: the fan control, fan quality, noise level, compact size, and moisture level, but I also dislike several things: the long cords, the heavy transformer, and the output was just a little too wet for my liking. In the end, the negatives outweighed the positives, and most of the components were ultimately returned. I'll be sticking with my Aircare 83-100 model from Amazon. Thanks for watching.